Although I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Texas, this podcast is not therapy and should not be used as therapeutic intervention. Many of the products and practices mentioned are for educational and informational purposes only. Should you need support, please seek appropriate, qualified, and licensed professionals. Hey y'all, welcome to Between a Hot Mess and a Therapist, the podcast where we navigate the murky waters between what society expects and what it means to truly live, embrace the messiness, the beautiful chaos of life, and celebrating the rebellion in the process. Whether you're a recent graduate, a seasoned therapist, or someone simply curious, there's something here for everyone. But before we dive in, make sure you join the Hot Mess Rebellion community where you can connect to other like-minded souls. I'm your host, Shauna Lovin, a seasoned therapist and wellness educator with a very rebellious spirit. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and let's dive into today's rebellion. Welcome to another episode of Between a Hot Mess and a Therapist. Today, we are talking about finding the magic in your mess. How can you turn the chaos into something beautiful or even transformative? So let's face it, life is messy. It's just something that we don't have to just endure, but it's something that we can take the unexpected twists and turns of life and turn them into strengths and insights. So let me paint you a quick picture. It's Monday morning and you spill your coffee on your favorite shirt. That means you need to go change your clothes. You're late dropping the kids off at school. And now all of a sudden you are late for your first client session. Now everything in your life or that particular day just spirals out of control. Let me tell you, that has happened to me a couple times. And I have to look at the fact that I was juggling too many responsibilities. There were times where it seemed like everything was falling apart. You have unfinished projects on your desk. You got the phone ringing nonstop. You need to pay this bill, that bill. And it just seems like you're on this hamster wheel of life. And it felt completely overwhelming and frustrated. And at times felt completely lost because I didn't know what I should be doing and was drowning in my own life. Like that's kind of like where I was and how I started to work with myself first and foremost, but then turn around and be able to work with other like helping professionals, because there were some things that I realized that I needed to take a step back and kind of reevaluate so that I could be a better person first and foremost, a better human, a better mom, a better therapist, a better wife, a better furry dog mom, like all the things. But all of the changes have to start with me. Now, under the frustration, I learned that it's some form of fear. It's feeling insecure, feeling like a failure. I have learned about myself that my perfectionism looks like people pleasing. You fear that you're not good enough and you're letting yourself down. But all of those things, the way you feel can actually be something great and amazing. And it took for me, I've been to therapy, I've seen coaches, I've kind of worked through different things that have come up in my life over the years. And it wasn't until I found the right person to really kind of call me on my own shit. And what am I doing to contribute to some of the problems that I'm having? What are some of the unmet needs that I have for myself that I am looking for other people to do, but I actually really need to give it to myself? So I started to look at all these things. Are there any unresolved traumas? We know there's little trauma or small t traumas, and there's big T traumas. And even everyday life are small t traumas. And I had to look at all these things, and I had to zoom out to figure out like what really is the problem. And it was just understanding that I was doing too much. I really just was doing too much. And I think part of this was happening before I really found human design, because like you've heard in an episode or two before, that I found human design. And as I started to learn about it and learn about my type, it also helped me guide me to understand like what are the nuances about Shauna that I need to foster a little bit more, and how when I leaned more into human design, how that helped me not just with my self-care, but it helped me frame how I work and function in this life every day. And so that was a huge insight that I got when I just took a minute and took a step back. Now, how do we say that this is the transformative space, or how could this pain or whatever you're dealing with be transformative? And really just the question is, what lesson are you learning from this crazy chaos that we have in life? How are your struggles can become stepping stones? Like, what is it? You have to remember that the moment you decide to embrace your chaos, and that's something that I preach hugely, because we oftentimes as therapists get the like, we are a therapist, we should know everything, we can fix everything, but we're also human, and I don't know how to navigate the two. That's kind of why I'm here, because we're navigating this bitch together. So how can the things that you're learning about yourself become stepping stones? Remember, when you embrace the chaos, it wasn't easy, but there's always a lesson in everything that we are experiencing in life. And so just acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge the imperfections, accept the imperfections, stop people pleasing, do more for yourself, put yourself first, all the things that we hear as therapists. And we all know, but it usually takes someone else to say it for us to really get it and for it to register. So take a deep breath, write some things down, write how you're feeling, give yourself to feel messy and to feel like you just don't really have your shit together. Like, it's okay. If you need to go in some deep meditation, go do that. Go journal, go walk, go be one with yourself in order to find what are some of the things that you need to work on, or things that are creating this chaos in your life. Is it the fact that you may need to get your partner on board to kind of help out with things around the house? Is it that your kids are old enough and they can do shit for themselves and then make them do it? Is it the fact that you're just not engaging in your self-care? Even though you tell everybody else what to do or what should be done, you just don't do it. So what are the silver linings that you're getting among the chaos? And what is the clarity that is coming out of that? That is the beauty in the chaos. So I'm just here to tell you to move forward in embracing your messiness. Be true and authentic with yourself. Be honest with yourself, because sometimes we are just not even plain old honest with ourselves. And we try to sugarcoat like, oh, I don't have any issues. I don't have any problems. Things are good. I'm happy. Yes, I'm fine. But that's not the case. Stop saying you're fine, because you're not. Get your shit together, figure out what it is, learn the lesson, and move on. I hope that you found this helpful today. And make sure that the life that you're living, even though that it's messy, there is some magic that's in there that is going to lead to growth, resilience, and beauty. Until next time. Thanks for joining today's rebellion with me. Remember, it's okay to be a hot mess sometimes. It's all part of the journey. Until next time, stay rebellious, stay authentic, and keep embracing the beautiful messiness of life. Don't forget to join the Hot Mess Rebellion community where you can connect with other like-minded souls. And anything mentioned in today's episode will be linked in the show notes. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you subscribe, you share with a friend, you leave a review, and you keep coming back for more. This podcast was brought to you by Healing Roots Wellness and Botanicals. For more information, please visit healingrootswab.com.